Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Jag if you're new here. If not, welcome back. You are most welcome. This channel again focuses on mainly math, science, including chemistry, biology, and physics at the high school level, grades 9 to 12. What we're going to continue on with in today's class is going to be the grade 9 math content. And in the last video, we were talking about the laws of exponents, and we're going to try a few examples with like harder questions. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so here's example 1. It says 3x cubed y squared times 5x to the 4 y cubed. So what you're going to do is first multiply the two numbers. I'm going to do 3 times 5, so 15 x to the power, and you're going to add the exponents together. X to the 3 plus x to the 4, x to the power of 7. If you look at y, this is y squared and y cubed. I'm doing 2 plus 3, y to the power of 5. Okay, and this is the final answer. Okay, let's try one where we're dividing these expressions. So 8a to the 5, b to the 3. We're going to try just a simple example first, divided by 4ab squared, like this. Okay, so when you're dividing, I'm going to divide the numbers, so do 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And for the exponents, you're subtracting the exponents. This is 5, a to the 5, minus a to the 1, a to the power of 4. Once again, okay, if there's no exponent on the variable, you're assuming it is 1. B to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 2 is b to the power of 1. Also, a good thing to remember is you do have to take the negative exponents and make them positive, so take it to the bottom when you're doing these questions. Okay, with that, let's take a look at maybe one more, because I see the power rule in this next question. So 2m cubed and squared, okay, to the power of 4 divided by negative 4mn squared. All right, so this is actually definitely very important, okay, because students are making mistakes here all the time. So we're going to write one step in between. This is 2 to the power of 4. Okay, just like we did talk about the power rule last class. For the exponents, I'm going to multiply it. So it says 3 times 4, m to the power of 12. And for n, I'm going to do 2 times 4, n to the power of 8. Okay, divided by. Also make sure you're using the negative exponent here. This is negative 4 squared. M to the 1 times 2, m squared. And n is also 1 times 2, n squared. Okay, so just like this. So of course, we're doing some extra steps in between. You can skip some steps after you get really good with the laws of exponents. 2 to the power of 4, so 16, m12 and 8. And this is negative 4 squared, so negative 4 times negative 4, 16 m squared and squared. Okay, and now you can actually divide these numbers. So 16 divided by 16 is 1, so it's gone. Or I mean, it's just like a coefficient of 1. And then you're dividing, so I'm going to subtract the exponents. So m12 minus m2, m to the power of 10. And for n, to the power of 8 minus n squared, n to the power of 6. Okay, and then basically this is the final answer. And look at this, I did basically 2 steps in between before I got my final answer. Okay, because a lot of times students are just doing like this, like 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, no, it's 2 to the power of 4. Same thing here. It's not like negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. This is negative 4 squared, which becomes 16. All right, so with that, let's go on to example 2. All right, so here we are with example 2. It says to simplify, And you can see here, this looks a little bit more complex. So we're going to do the numerator and denominator separately. So take a look at the numerator. I'm going to do 3 times 8, so 24. And then the numerator, because you're multiplying, I'm going to do d to the 4 plus the d squared, d to the power of 6. Same thing with m. This is m cubed, right? Plus m to the power of 5, m to the power of 8. And this is the numerator. And then for the denominator, we'll do it separately. 2 times 6 is 12, right? D, and then you're going to do d squared plus d cubed, d to the power of 5. And m is m squared plus m squared, m to the power of 4. Okay? And I would definitely do this step separately. You're not going to do everything together or you'll get the wrong answer. I'm going to divide the numbers now. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. D, 6 minus D5, because we're dividing now with the same base, d to the power of 1. And then m is 8 minus 4, m to the power of 4. Okay, we notice the answers we're getting here don't have any negative exponents. But again, if they do, you have to make sure you take the negative exponent to the bottom. All right, so we're going to try one last example here. I put down b. So let's keep the numerator the same because I see the power rule right here. So it says like negative 3 to the power of 2, which is negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. G, we're going to multiply these exponents, 2 times 2, g to the power of 4. And h, again, 2 times 2, h to the power of 4. Okay, and then I'm going to do the whole thing over. 3 times 6 is 18. G, and I'm going to do g1 plus g2, g to the power of 3. This is h1 plus h2, h to the power of 3. Okay, hopefully everyone sees that. We're going to just multiply and simplify the numerator. We'll do 2 times 9, so 18. G to the 2 plus g to the 4, g power of 6. This is h to the 3 plus h to the 4, h to the power of 7. So this is just the numerator. Let's keep the denominator the same, right? So we can see it. And then in this last step, okay, is when you're going to divide it. So 18 divided by 18 is 1. And I'm going to subtract the exponents because we're dividing. 6 minus 3, g to the power of 3. And for h, it's going to be 7 minus 3, h to the power of 4. Okay, does everyone see that? So see, like right here as well, I had to do 2 steps before I basically came up with my final answer. I always want to do that because sometimes the question might contain like negative like values and negative variables or exponents. So I don't want to get the wrong answer. All right, and that's about it. All right, so that brings this video to an end, but thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel. A lot more videos are going to be coming out for Math 9, Math 10, so stay tuned for that. And like always, if you have any questions, put it in the chat below and I'll get back to you. So thanks for watching. See everyone in the next video. Bye.